Let's go live on TikTok. Bismillah. Instagram. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ahlan wa sahlan, marhaban bikum. Welcome everybody. Hope you're all well and in the best of health. This is Moulana Khalil on 87.7 FM Radio Ramadan, inshallah, for a hopefully a delightful, beautiful afternoon, inshallah. It's going to be magical. It's going to be super duper. It's going to be great, inshallah. Ta'ala. And I hope you can join me for this next hour from now till around 10 to 3, inshallah. Ta'ala. I must say, last night was a super duper program. We had nearly over 147 people last night joining on Instagram. And I hope you guys are going to join me, mashallah. We got Sumaya says, Salam Maulana, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Lovely to have you all. Lovely to have you. And we got people live on TikTok as well. We got live on Instagram. And like I said, today is going to be one awesome program, inshallah. I hope with the help and fadl and karam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But as per normal, we're going to ask you to text us, inshallah. Muhammad, what's the text number? If you can put it up for me again. Number 90, Anonymous says, Assalamu alaikum Maulana, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. The text number is 07755. Brother Muhammad, can you put a text number up for me, please? These guys, salams, these guys behind the screen are good for nothing. Salams MK, how are you today? I'm good. Not the telephone number, the text number. Bear. Hey, Dadu, what's wrong with you, man? Zeros, there we are. 077 488 55055. Salams from Dubai, mashallah. We got somebody from Dubai listening as well already. Abdul Rauf's daughter, mashallah. The man with the golden hair. Abdul Rauf, mashallah. His daughter's listening. Come on, people from Leicester, you know what to do. 077 488 55055. The fast is getting to him. To whom? To Muhammad. Yes. Somebody says, Nizam says. Nizam says, yes, I guess the fast is getting. But he's looking well. Have you guys lost any weight in this Ramadan, Muhammad? How much you lost so far?
He said he cannot confirm.
You cannot confirm. Okay. Are we going to listen to Urdu nasheed today? We're going to listen to one Arabic nasheed, which is called Marhaba, Marhaba. And then at the end of the program, inshallah, Jashne Ahmad Rasool, the all-time classic, Bibi Amina Kipoor, inshallah, that we're going to listen to that right towards the end of the program. But before that, Marhaba. But before that, I need your text messages and your messages on Instagram as well to say that you have read your Durood Sharif, you're listening to the program, inshallah. Salams from, I missed that. 0774 Shabina Sheikh. This is a tongue twister. Shabina Sheikh, salams from Nuneaton. Can you say that?
Shabina Sheikh.
Salams from Nuneaton. Say the whole thing. Bit of a it's the S one, isn't it?
Shabina Sheikh, salams from Newton.
Nuneaton, man, not Newton, man. What's wrong with you, man? Ya Rabbi. Which school did you go to, by the way?
I went Beecham College.
Oh, no comment.
And your madrasa.
Huh?
And your madrasa.
I didn't teach him.
Yeah, you did teach me for a couple of months, remember that?
Yeah, but I didn't teach you English, did I? 077 488 55055. 077 488 55055. Do we have any text messages yet, Muhammad? No, not a single message. That's not possible, man. Mariam Review says, Salams, wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Oh my goodness, not a single text message so far. How is that possible? What's wrong with everybody? Have they gone all? Salams Maulana says another one on Instagram. I like text message. I don't know, I'm still, we got the first text message coming now. Salams Maulana 50k done. Salams Maulana K 50 done, meaning 50 Durood Sharif done. Jazakallah khair, Allah bless you. This is the guy who was listening from his shed yesterday, listening from my shed. I hope you're not in your shed today. And I hope you're all good. I hope your family is good. I hope everybody, wherever you're listening in your car, you're listening in your house, you're listening in the garden, wherever you may be. Wa ahlan wa sahlan, marhaban bikum. Salams Maulana, loving your jubba today. Is it new? Nah, it's my old black one. I do look after my jubbas. I hope you like it. Just say mashallah. Say mashallah. Don't put nazar on my jubba, yeah? Salams from Zain bin Abdul Aziz. Assalamu alaikum to all in the studio from Zain bin Abdul Aziz. MashaAllah. Zain, lovely to have you as always on Instagram and on texting us as well. May Allah bless you. Allah Ta'ala give you a lovely, lovely, wonderful wife. Inshallah. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. I know you're on a scouting mission. Inshallah. May your scouting mission be complete and fulfilled. Inshallah. Salam Zain and MK. Oh no, here we go. That is partner in crime. Here we go. You know when Ahmad comes on, this is what I feel. Right, that's exactly how I feel. 077 488 555. We've got all his new gadgets and new buttons now. Salam Zulana listening from Evington. Jazakallah khair. Thank you. It doesn't really cost you much to say Jazakallah and Salam alaikum. Jazakallah. Love it when you guys text me. Allah bless you. Allah Ta'ala bless you. MashaAllah. How are you, Moulana? I'm good, man. When I come on a radio station, it's like it gives me like buzz. It gives me energy. So yeah, I feel really good. Then I see Muhammad and Yasir, right? And now Akil's become all emotional now because he thinks these two might become my best buddies or something. So Akilu, wherever you are, mashallah, you're still my best friend. You're still my best friend. So alhamdulillah, I'm very, very good. Today's the 20th fast, man. Ramadan is almost, into this last third of Ramadan. Last third. People will be going into etikaf today. So congratulations to anyone who's going into etikaf, right? Salams, 50 Durood Sharif done from Safiya. MashaAllah, Allah Ta'ala accept. Salams MK, absolutely buzzing from Saturday. Rahma Pledge Day. Yes, we got a Rahma Pledge Day this Saturday, MashaAllah. We got a Pledge Day this Saturday. Buzzing, ready to go, inshallah. Shout out to Dadu Yasser from the crew at PCFB, Peace Center Football Club, Food Bank. Making special duas for you. We know what you want. We won't publicly announce it. Okay, so let me read this again. Shout out to Dadu Yasser from the crew at PCFB.
Moulana, we discussed this Dadu.
Is it how you pronounce Dadu or Dado?
Dado.
Dado.
So
Okay,
pretend there's a H
shout
in
out to Dado Yasser from the BFFB club, right? Making special duas for you. We know what you want. Won't publicly announce it. I think I know what you kind of refer to. I mean, you guys are horrible, whoever wrote that message, because I know there's that circus across the road, yeah? I know it's that circus. And you think Yasser should be working at that circus, you should be ashamed of it. You really think he's a clown? Astaghfirullah. He's no clown. He's better than a clown. I know you people at the PCFB, don't you ever think that Yasser should be going to that circus, because that's not where he deserves to be. He need to be at Moulana Lokat's Musalla. Am I right, Yasser?
Inshallah.
Right, we got another message coming in now.
What?
Salams MK, what does what does MK mean? The show, the Moulana Khalil show. Ya Allah. I thought I was bad with that. Was it AKA?
No, it was Akka.
Honestly, you didn't know what MK meant. Please tell me that's a joke. Tell me that's a joke. MK means Moulana Khalil, the Moulana Khalil show. Yeah? Okay. Right, 3 more minutes before we start my talk, inshallah, before we start my nasheed. Today's talk is about Jadoo. Today's talk about black magic, about Maulay Sahibs, about Taweez. What is the Sharia ruling about Taweez and etc. etc. So yeah, we're going to do all that today. Lovely message on TikTok coming in. It says, Salams, 2,000 Durood Sharif done. MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Allah Ta'ala accept. Allah Ta'ala. I think we got one more message just coming in. Moulana, mission to find a bride, on the second desk in Rahma Mercy office is active. Yes, Moulana, mission to find a bride for the brother on the second desk in RM office is active. We got one guy in the Rahma Mercy office, he's mashallah looking, so we call it the second desk. So he sits on the second desk. Assalamu alaikum, I'm listening from latitude 52, 62, 46, 88, and long. This is one of you two, innit, man? Right, next message. Oh, okay. Brilliant. Haha. Okay. Yeah? All right.
That was for the MK show.
Oh, for the MK show. Okay, brilliant.
Whatever MK means.
Right, brilliant, brilliant. MashaAllah. So come on, people, MashaAllah. 1 more minute before we take more messages, MashaAllah, from Hamilton, from Thurnaby Lodge, from the circus in Thurnaby Lodge, wherever you're listening from, inshallah, from the food bank. By the way, I've got a message here to can I read this out? This is from Yasser or it's from me, I'm not sure. It says, Auntie Saira, one of the favorites from the Peace Center Food Bank, and Asad. Salams from Yasser. Yasser sends his salams to all, especially to Auntie Saira. So there you are, Auntie Saira. Salams listening while making biryani today. Oof. We've not talked about food on the show for a long time. What biryani is it? Is it chicken or lamb? Don't tell me it's vegetable biryani, please.
What about beef biryani?
It's meat, isn't it? Beef is also meat.
Yeah, but beef specifically, I want the from cow.
Okay, all right. Don't get all emotional about it. Yes, it. Honestly, I know. I don't. Look, if nobody gives you beef biryani, don't hold beef against me. You understand, bro? You understand? Kasmi yara.
Alhamdulillah, I've got given beef nihari from Akil.
Akil gave you beef nihari. Ya Rabbi. How's your stomach?
Alhamdulillah.
MashaAllah. Allah, good, mashallah. Allah bless you. Right, people, keep your messages coming in. What we're going to do now, we're going to start off today's show with an all-time classic. Yesterday we played Khaliqul Akwan. Today we're going to play Marhaba. Qasme Mahmood. All right. Qasme. I thought you said Qasme. Qasim Mahmood. Salams MK. I test me yo dua karjo. Salams Moulana Ki I. Oh, Ki I. Test me yo. Test me who? Test me yo. Dua karjo. Am I reading that right? Qasim Mahmood says, Salams Moulana Ki I. Right? That's right, yeah?
Yeah, how are you?
Yeah. Test me chu.
He's in a test right
He's
now.
in it. Yeah, I understand, but I'm just saying, am I reading it right? Dua karjo.
Yeah.
These guys are really testing me now.
That means make dua, yeah?
Next message. Right. Talking about jadoo, black magic, by the way, the general sorcery, jadoo, or the black magic which people do to harm another person. Yes, we're going to talk about all of that today, inshallah. Last message. Sanaz Moulana, hope you are well. Remember me in your duas from Ismail Bhai Batli. Yes, Ismail Bhai Batli, you are in our duas, inshallah. And do we have any more messages? That one? No? Good. Right, people, let's go on to Marhaba, Marhaba. It's an all-time classic. It's a brilliant nasheed. I love it. And back in the early days of the 1990s, 2000s, we used to listen to it. So let's roll back the years and let's listen to the all-time great Marhaba, Marhaba.
مرحبا 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 مرحبا
Joining at home, inshallah. Joining at home. Read along.
مرحبا مرحبا
مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا كل نبي
بشر
بأحمد
وأنذر
أن آمنوا
بأيه
وصدقوا بهديه
كل نبي
بشر
بأحمد
وأنذر
أن آمنوا
بأيه
وصدقوا بهديه
كل نبي بشر بأحمد وأنذر أن آمنوا بآيه وصدقوا بهديه
كل نبي بشر بأحمد وأنذر أن آمنوا بآيه وصدقوا بهديه
كل نبي
بشر
بأحمد
وأنذر
أن آمنوا
بآيه
وصدقوا بهديه
كل نبي
بشر
بأحمد
وأنذر
أن آمنوا
بآيه
وصدقوا بهديه
مرحبا 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 مرحبا
مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا
مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا الكون غنى
منشدا
يا فوز من
قد اهتدى
بأحمد
وأيدا
فنال عيشا أرغادا
الكون غنى
منشدا
يا فوز من
قد اهتدى
بأحمد
وأيدا
نال عيشا أرادا
الكون غنى منشدا يا فوز من قد اهتدى بأحمد وأيدا فنال عيشا أرغادا
الكون غنى منشدا يا فوز من قد اهتدى بأحمد وأيدا فنال عيشا أرادا
الكون غنى
منشدا
يا فوز من
قد اهتدى
بأحمد
وأيدا
فنال عيشا أرغادا
الكون غنى
منشدا
يا فوز من
قد اهتدى
بأحمد
وأيدا
فنال عيشا أرادا
مرحبا 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 مرحبا
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 مرحبا
مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا مرحبا MashaAllah, MashaAllah. Did you ever remember that? Back in the days, yeah, when you were probably kids in your nappies or something like that? No? Yes, it doesn't, but Muhammad does. Brilliant. Marhaba, all-time classic. Great, MashaAllah. Marhaba. Hope you enjoyed that. Brings back a lot of memories of the early 2000s and late 2000s, back on Sabras Radio, back at that time, alhamdulillah. And here we are, 20 years later, playing it again. We got a message coming in. Muhammad, let's see what we have here. Yes, definitely. Right, Bismillah.
MashaAllah.
Right. It's like the voice is changed by the day. MashaAllah. Right. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Nahmaduhu wa nasalli wa nasallim ala rasulihil kareem amma ba'd. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Rabbi zidni ilma. My dear respected brothers and sisters, inshallah I make dua to Allah Ta'ala in the next 20 odd minutes. Allah Ta'ala gives me the tawfiq and the ability to say the right things, inshallah, things which will benefit me, things will benefit you, inshallah, things will benefit all of us. And this is a topic which people have requested, so I've done a little bit of research this time as well, and I'm going to try my best to hopefully talk about it. There's a lot more to talk about, but I'm going to try to cover the main points, inshallah, in today's topic. That is black magic and ta'weez and the ilaj and how to cure black magic and nazar, etc., inshallah. My respected brothers and sisters, first question is black magic, is there such a thing as magic? Is there such a thing as black magic? Is it just a myth? Is it real? Does it happen? Does it not happen? Is it just in our minds? That's the first question. So the answer to that is yes, there is a thing called magic. There is a thing called black magic, and there is people usually use magic to harm people, right? And what usually happens is when people don't like somebody's success, when people don't like people achieving greatness in life and goodness in life, and then what people will actually try to do, they'll try to bring them down, they'll try to harm them, and they'll do all sorts to bring them down. And when somebody becomes successful, and again, people will, the sad thing about our community today and our society today is that we find it very hard to see other people's success. We can't digest other people's success and happiness and joy. Somebody's got a business, somebody's got a good family, somebody's settled down, somebody's bought a house, somebody's doing something good in their life. And for some, I don't know what it is, subhanAllah, we just find it very, very hard to digest. So because we can't achieve that, we will try to bring them down, we will try to hurt them. Either we'll try to do it directly or we'll do it indirectly. Now, I'm going to slightly move away from my point, but that's why I tell people, please, your success stories, your happiness, your joy in life, you don't need to put it out on Facebook and Instagram all the time. You don't need to let people know you're going on holidays, how many holidays you have in a year, how many cars you bought, how many houses you have, how many properties you have. Why can't you just keep certain things low profile? Because we live in a time, you're putting it on social media, people cannot understand, people cannot digest, people die of jealousy. And jealousy really, a person who has jealousy inside them is a very, very sad person, is a very, very sad person. People who suffer from jealousy are very, very sad people because they can't sleep at night, they can't focus at night, they can't think straight. All they're thinking about is why or she is successful for, why or she is so successful for, right? So what I'm saying is, my respected brothers and sisters, don't put your life out there. Do not put your life out there. Just keep it low profile. Allah's given you properties, Mubarak. Allah's given you a family, Mubarak. Allah's given you a good job, Mubarak. Allah's given you a good income, Mubarak. Allah's given you beautiful children, Mubarak. Allah's given you a great husband, Mubarak. Allah's given you a beautiful wife, Mubarak. You don't need to put yourselves there, husband and wife, holding hands on social media. And people, all they need is an image. All they need is a photo. I mean, look at the Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Look at Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. They took the Mubarak hair of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, they tied knots to a comb and they buried that hair of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, right? They don't need much to do magic on you. They don't need much to harm you. And they even affected Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Then in the end, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the surahs were revealed, Qul a'udhu rabbil falaq and Qul a'udhu rabbin nas. Then the knots slowly started untie, and then Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was cured from the black magic. People didn't even leave Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam alone. So if me and you don't have a chance, if we're successful in life and we're doing good things in life and we're working, striving in life to achieve our goal and our mission in life, then you're going to get some people who will not able to digest your success and your happiness and your fame, so they will try everything to bring you down. And then what they'll do, they try themselves to harm you. If not, they'll use other means like magic. And in magic as well, you have sihr, different kinds of magic. You have different kinds of magic. You get extreme magic, you get some magic which doesn't take you out of Iman and Islam. And you get such magic as well which takes a person out of Iman and Islam, because you have to utter such shaitaniyat and such devilish words which will take a person out of Islam. So, for that reason, some people won't do it themselves. They will go to people who are not Muslims and they will perform magic, just like it was done upon Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha was asked what were the side effects of the magic upon Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and she mentions that Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to forget certain things. He used to forget certain things, and it had an effect on him, an impact on him. So every magic has a different impact. It makes it. Sometimes it can make a person weak. It can make a person forget. Sometimes it's created to create hatred between husband and wife, friction between children and and parents and children. Those family which used to get on so well, all of a sudden there's friction between them, there's hatred between them, and you think, where did this all come from? So black magic does exist. Black magic does exist. It's been happening since time began, to be quite absolutely honest, and it will continue until Qiyamah, until Qiyamah. Now, what is the cure for it? I'm going to talk about that later, inshallah. My second point, which I want to mention though, which is also very important, is that not everything, every calamity that takes place in our life, every illness that happens in our life is related to magic and black magic. You understand that? Sometimes we could be medically, prescribed by the doctor that we have an illness. So the problem with our community is sometimes, and our men and our women is sometimes, we think everything is magic. Somebody's done jadoo on my son. Somebody's done jadoo on my daughter. Somebody's done jadoo on my wife, on my husband. Jadoo does exist. Don't get me wrong. Black magic, and please understand me, folks. Our especially Indian mentality, it's like we want somebody to, it's like we almost want it to be jadoo. We almost want it to be magic and black magic. That, oh my God, it has to be black magic. Somebody must done black magic on my son or my daughter. Sometimes, no, they are actually ill. It's an actually illness. Okay? Sometimes a person is depressed in life. They're going through a difficult time in life. It is nothing to do with magic. They actually depressed themselves. Sometimes they're going through a difficult financial situation. It's got nothing to do with black magic. It is that they haven't got a job at the moment, but inshallah they will get a job. But it doesn't mean that you take them everything that happens. We go to a Mauli Sahib and we say to them, Mauli Sahib, koi jadoo kare luche. And a Mauli Sahib is like a doctor, right? And I must say over here, a Mauli Sahib is like a doctor, right? When you go to a doctor and you say, Doc, I'm not feeling too good, the doctor says, you know what, he looks at you and he says, you know what, I think you're all right, there's nothing wrong with you. You think this doctor's a waste of time, waste of space. But if that doctor, he checks you and he's talking to you and he listens to you and hears your sorrows and pains, etc., etc., and then he says to you, and just he talks to you, the doctor is a very good doctor. Right? And if the doctor says to you, you've got this illness inside you, you've got this illness, you need to do this. See, I told you, this doctor is very, very good. In the same way, we go to sometimes Mauli Sahib and say, Mauli Sahib, we think somebody's done jadoo on us or somebody's performed magic on us. So you go to the Mauli Sahib and say, Mauli Sahib, our problem. Mauli Sahib says, you know what, there's nothing wrong with you. Then you know what we say? This Mauli Sahib is useless. This Mauli Sahib doesn't know anything about magic, doesn't know anything about taweez, and he's a waste of time, he's a waste of space. But if some Mauli Sahib says to you, you know what, its magic has been performed, and it's from your wife's side, it's from your husband's side, it's been old, it's from Malawi, it's from India, it's from Pakistan, it's from Bangladesh, it's from this place, from this, right? Then you say, Mauli Sahib, bo zabardast Mauli Sahib say, bo jabarjast, right? He's a super duper Maulana, he knows everything, man. See, kasmi yara. I mean, sometimes let's use our common sense. Honestly, common sense has to prevail, right? Common sense has to prevail. Not everything is about magic. Sometimes it is naturally you are ill. Sometimes naturally you're just going through a difficult time in life. You are just slightly depressed in life. Things are not going the way they want you to go. And right? But you don't relate everything to magic. So I hope you understand two things I've explained. Magic does exist. Magic has existed. It was performed on Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as well. And there's no denial about magic. However, not everything that happens in our life, every calamity, every little bit that upsets us, everything that goes wrong is related to magic. Our illness, not finding a right. This is it's related to magic. Magic does exist, and it's a iman upon that as well. It's mentioned in the Quran as well, and it happened to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's why. Now I'm going to come on to my next point. If somebody, the biggest protection from sihr. And the sihr means magic. The biggest protection against sihr, magic, jadoo, these are the three words, different languages, three words over here, is the best thing is Qul huwallahu ahad, Qul a'udhu bil falaq, Qul a'udhu bin nas, and Ayatul Kursi. Blow on your hands and take it all over your body. This is the best thing. This is the best thing. All right? This is the best thing. The ayats of the Holy Quran. Ayats of the Holy Quran is the best cure to all magic. Now I'm going to give you my own example. When I first graduated as an alim, I was teaching in a madrasa. I'm not going to mention its name. And I used to go early in the morning, and I used to teach new Muslims in those days. I was only 24, 25 at the time, but very young. And I used to sit in the masjid and I used to teach new. Sometimes nobody used to come. I used to lean against this radiator, and I used to sometimes just fall asleep. It used to be so hot there. And one day I did actually remember so clearly. I actually fell asleep. And I fell asleep, and I can hear actually footsteps coming down. This is my own experience. I'm just explaining to you. I can hear footsteps coming down and it says tick, 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 right? And I thought to myself, the Moulana in this building, he's going to see me sleeping. So I need to wake up. And I could hear the footsteps coming closer. And I tried to wake up, but my body was like frozen. I'm giving you my own example. My body was frozen. And then I can hear some of the footsteps coming closer to me. Subhanallah. And somebody literally sitting right in front of me, and I wanted to open my eyes. I couldn't open my eyes. I could actually somebody breathing right in my face, right? And then what happened the next one, the door upstairs of the building, it closed like this, or opened, closed. And I woke up, and there was nothing in front of me. I swear to Allah, I was so freaked out. Then I came across a kitab of it's called Al-Manzil. It's called Manzil. This kitab is a little booklet. You can get it. You can go on the internet. You can find it, or you can get it in an Islamic bookshop. It's got ayats of the Holy Quran, which protects one against all kind of magic, calamities, problems, illnesses, you name it, inshallah. Buy it and read it. It'll probably take you 15 minutes to read it, but I swear by Allah, I started reading that day, which is nearly 25 years ago, 24 years ago. And until today, alhamdulillah, I have never had any kind of jinn accounts or encounters with any kind of jinns at all, alhamdulillah. Allah Ta'ala has protected me, alhamdulillah. Honestly, buy it. It's called Manzil. You can get it on the internet as well. It's around 5-6 sites. And they're all ayats of the Holy Quran. They're all ayats of the Holy Quran, right? All ayats of the Holy Quran, right? Read it. It's very, it's called Dua Manzil. Somebody just mentioned on Instagram. So I would highly recommend that. Then there's the Qul Huwallahu Ahad, Qul Udhra bil Falaq, Qul Udhra bin Nas, Ayatul Kursi. This is the things you give priorities. Let me explain to you. Manzil, priority number 1. Qul Huwallahu Ahad, Falaq, Nas, priority number 1, and Ayatul Kursi. Number 3, Salatul Haja. Reading namaz and making dua to Allah Ta'ala to give you cure and to give you shifa. This is the first remedy. This is the first thing you need to do, and turn towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you're going through a difficult time. How do you know if it's magic or not? Well, sometimes you can't tell. Some people, sometimes it looks like an illness, it's magic. Sometimes it is illness and it's not magic. So the experts know. But now the next question is, do we go for ta'weez? What is Sharia's ruling against ta'weez? Now in Sharia, there is no hadith or anything says that you do ta'weez. There's nothing like that. Ta'weez usually started from, how it started is usually a Maulana's experience or a pious person's experience. Something happened in life, they read this dua, they did a certain action, and it worked for them. And so they told somebody else, oh, when you're in difficulties, read this. When you're in difficulties, read the name of Allah this many times. Read this many times. And it's an experience of a pious person. It's an experience of a pious person which has been passed on from one person to another person. But there is no hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to say actually ta'weez, right? Now so I hope you understand that. So when you go to a ta'weez Mulsa, and there is no harm in going to a person who makes ta'weez, right? There's no harm in. But please choose the right Maulanas. Please, because there's outside, this is a massive business. I swear by Allah, if I wanted to, I can start a massive business today. Moulana Khalil Ta'weez Club, right? I mean, I've been told you can get ta'weez on eBay as well. Ta'weez for £30, ta'weez for £40, ta'weez for £50. You can get it if you wanted to. I mean, I can start my own club. I can got my two murids over here, Yasser and thingy, Muhammad. We can start it. It's very, very easy. It's so easy to brainwash people. You just want to tell them what they want to hear. You tell them what they want to hear, and then you've won them over. Then you just write a little, I was here, in a little piece of paper, and you give it to them, say, put it on your neck and say, wear this and drink this water morning and evening, and you've done it. There are people, unfortunately, who take advantage of the situation, and there are some ulama who are absolutely fantastic people as well. There are some ulama who are honest, sincere, but ta'weez, right? Ta'weez, it is the same as medication. Understand this. Ta'weez is the same as medication. Just like sometimes some medication works and some medication doesn't work. Some medication works and some medication doesn't work. In the same way, some ta'weez work, some ta'weez. So what I told you before, ta'weez means one pious person's experience. He read a Quran ayat, he read something, and then he says, okay, read this, or do this, or they write some pieces on a piece of paper, put it up. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's not guaranteed it's going to work. The chances are reading the ayats of the Holy Quran and the du'as mentioned by Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam in a hadith, which inshallah I am going to post these du'as of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam later on, inshallah tabarak wa ta'ala. Okay? Number two, now what did the Sahaba do when they became ill? I've read one riwayat just before I came to in Bukhari and one riwayat in Muslim Sharif. The first riwayat is by Salma radiallahu anha, the wife of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She mentions, right, that in the times of the Sahaba, when Sahaba became ill, and Hazrat Ali radiallahu anha mentioned this, that we used to send a bowl of water. And I want all of you to listen to this very, very carefully. This is in Bukhari Sharif. We used to send a bowl of water to the house of Hazrat Salma radiallahu anha. Hazrat Salma radiallahu anha had a silver little box. Inside that box, there was the Mubarak hair of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Mubarak hair of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. She used to dip the Mubarak hair and stir it in the water and give it to the sick people who used to be sick, and they used to drink that water and they used to become better. This was the Mubarak hair of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One thing. Number two is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is Asma binti Abi Bakr. Asma binti Abu Bakr is the sister of Hazrat Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha. She mentions that in her house she had the Mubarak Jabba of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Mubarak Jabba. And this Jabba was given to her by Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, by Sayyidina Aisha radiallahu ta'ala anha, her sister. And she said when people in Medina used to become bimar, they used to wash the Mubarak Jabba, clothing of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that water they used to give to the people who used to be sick, and then Allah used to give them shifa through the clothing of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is what Sahaba did at that time. Right. This is what Sahaba did at the time. They used some people used the Mubarak hair of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Some people used the garment of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They used to drink the water, and Allah used to give them shifa. Allah Ta'ala used to give them shifa. Now, the third question is, if somebody is doing ta'weez business, right? Example, I'm doing ta'weez business. Am I allowed to take money for it? The answer to that is yes. You are allowed to take money for it as long as it's reasonable. I'll give you an example through a hadith which I read this morning as well. In the days of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, there was Sahaba went on a journey, and a person got bitten by a snake. So one Sahabi, I'm trying to remember, Abu Sa'id Khudri or another Sahabi radiallahu ta'ala anhum, he did ilaj. And what did he do? He read Surah Fatiha. And he blew on the person's foot or the area where he was hurt or where he was poisoned. And alhamdulillah, Allah Ta'ala gave him shifa. In return, he took goats as a reward. Goats or sheep as a reward. But the Sahaba said, let's not touch the goats or the sheep yet. But first, let's ask Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is it okay for us to take the sheep or the goats? So when they came back to Madinah to Munawwara, They told Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam about the incident, Ya Rasulullah, a person was bitten by a snake. I treated him with Surah Al-Fatiha. He became better. In return, we took goats or sheep. Is it okay for us to eat it? Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, of course it's okay for you to eat it, and save me some meat as well. Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, save me some meat as well. They said Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So if you are treating somebody, now some people say, nah, this Maulvi Sahib takes money, I'm not going to go to him, he's not reliable. This is the funny thing about it. A Maulana is spending time to treat you, yeah? A Maulana is spending time. You want the Maulana to sit all day on his desk, in his room, in his house, and he wants he's supposed to treat one person after another person, and you say, no, I'm not going to give you money. Do it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why don't you tell the doctors to do it for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? The doctors work as well. I mean, there's a junior doctor strike right now at the moment going on. It's just like the doctors do a job, these guys do a job as well. You want them to treat you, you want them to look after you, then give them time. Pay them for their time and pay them for their commitment. This is something very, very important, very, very important, right? But at the same time, you got those Maulanas and those men who take the mick as well, right? They take thousands and thousands, and I'm sorry to say, at the same time, we're equally foolish as well. Sometimes we are so naive, and we are so foolish as well. We give hundreds and thousands of pounds to a Maulana just for ilad. Just go to the house, just for a bit of dam, and just a bit of taweez. You give them, come on, use your akal. Yeah, you give them 20 pounds, 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, fine. That's perfectly fine. But you're asking for hundreds and into the thousands of pounds. You gotta use your brain sometimes. You know, I think if you're gonna go for ilaj to some guy's house or some Maulana's house, you're gonna make your terms and conditions clear from day one, day dot, and say, I'm come for ilaj, what are your charges? Then when they sometimes they say, just give what you want. No, don't I say what you want, just tell me straight. But sometimes if you just give them 10 pounds, they get disappointed, right? So you might as well make it clear, what are you charging for your treatment? What are you doing for the ilaj, for the taweez, etc., right? So this is also very, very important. Go to somebody reliable. Go to somebody decent. Don't just go to any jinn buster, right? You know, who are you going to call? The jinn busters, right? It doesn't work like that, right? And obviously, there's nothing talking about jinn as well, right? You do get jinns as well. You get jinns who are pak, you get jinns who are not pak, you get jinns who are clean, you get jinns who are not clean, you get jinns who will try to harm you, give you taklif. You get all of that as well. It happens in homes as well. That's why whenever you move into a new home, I would advise you to read Surah Al-Baqarah. So the Baqarah, read it and blow in all four corners of the house. Inshallah, Allah will protect you from jinn, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala. Right? And Ayatul Kursi, read it and protect. Allah will give the protection, bi-idhnillahi tabarak wa ta'ala. Right? But in everything, likulli fannin rijal. In everything, you have to go to the right people, experts, right? And I always laugh at this story. A very good friend of mine and I have mentioned this story before as well. Is one of somebody's message here. What about praying ayat from the Quran and blowing into the water and drinking the water? And yeah, that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. If you're reading Quran and you're blowing into the water, that's perfectly fine. Drink it is absolutely. It's the kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is absolutely perfectly fine. And scent sticks and lighting places in the house. Well, I'm not sure about lighting places in the house. I don't really know about that. But anything to do with the Quran is perfectly fine. So there was a friend of mine who's a Maulana in Masjid al-Bukhari. And one guy came to him in masjid and said to him, Maulana, we got a patient who's my wife's really, really ill. You know, she's come up from a certain country. Can you come and do ilaj for her? So Maulana said, yeah, I'm no expert, but I'll come and read Ayatul Kursi and I'll read Qul Huwallahu Ahad and Qul Falak and Qul Huwallahu Nas. So off he went. But he didn't want to go alone, so he took another Qadi Sahib with him. Qadi Sahib and Maulana Sahib, they both went together. So he told Qadi Sahib, read Surah Yasin and blow on the water, and we're going to go and see this patient who's got jinnat apparently inside her, and we need to sort of help her out. Now, he was no expert. He was no expert in this, right? That's why you've got to be an expert. So he went there to the house, and the patient was lying on the bed, and they got inside the house, and the Maulana started reading, Qul Huwallahu Ahad, Qul A'udhu Birabbil Falaq. The funny thing is, as he read the Quran, the jinn inside that lady started laughing. He's reading Qul A'udhu Birabbil Falaq, and the jinn started laughing. And the more he read, the more the jinn laughed. And he's telling me, and Maulana told me this story. And then the worst bit, the jinn says in Urdu, Tujhe to padhna hi nahi aata. The man's reading Quran and the jinn's laughing in his face and saying, you don't even know how to read Quran. The more he's reading, the more the jinn is laughing. Now the Maulana is getting really, really freaked out over here that I'm reading Quran and this jinn is laughing in my face. So he thought, I need some help. Where's Qadi Sahib? He looked around. There was no Qari Sahib. Qari Sahib was in the car drinking the water which he had bought for the patient because he was so freaked out himself that even the Qari Sahib got freaked out. So this is not any person's job. You've got to be an expert in this. You've got to have the knowledge for this. You've got to have the taqwa for this. You've got to have it's a skill. It's a skill within itself. So my respected brothers and sisters, I think I've made everything clear to you today, right? Is black magic does exist. Not everything happens in life is related to black magic. Example, you have a miscarriage in life, right? Then if a lady unfortunately has a miscarriage, you say, oh, inake gai jadoo. It doesn't mean you had a miscarriage, it's jadoo. Doesn't mean you become ill if it's jadoo. Number two, magic does exist. Not everything is related to magic when it goes wrong. Ruqya is the best thing, right? Ruqya is, you go and read Quran ayats. You can get ruqya online. You can go into YouTube. You can type in ruqya, and then you can get Quran ayats. Some of it's long, some of it's short. Inshallah, it'll be very, very beneficial. Inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala. Can an imam, can somebody take ta'weez, take money? Yes, they can take money as long as they don't rip you off. Also, don't just go blindly. You know, when they tell you, yeah, the magic has happened and it's happened so many years ago. It's old magic. You sometimes use your common sense as well. Sometimes we need to use our aql as well, inshallah. That's very important. After this show, inshallah, tonight sometime I am gonna post the du'as of Rasulullah which has mentioned to protect you from jadoo, inshallah. Get the du'a manzil, read the 3 quls and ayat al-kursi, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala. And ta'weez, if you want to go for it. But before that, dua, namaz and Quran. Dua, namaz and Quran. That's the first thing, 3 things you do first. And then in the end, you want to go to a ta'weez, Moulana specialist, absolutely go for it. But don't forget, ta'weez is like medication. It works and it doesn't work. There's no guarantee. We said that our yaqeen is so much in ta'weez, like, oh, ta'weez will do it. Now I got a ta'weez from Moulana, it's going to work. No, it works and it doesn't work, folks. Medication works and take a ta'weez and put trust in Allah. Take a ta'weez, take medicine and trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. These are the most important things. These are the most important things. So my respected brothers and sisters, I wanted to share these stories. Now, if a Moulana who does ta'weez doesn't make him a buzrug, and a Moulana who doesn't do ta'weez doesn't make him less of a buzrug. I hope you understand that. Some people think if a Moulana does ta'weez, that means he's a big buzrug. If a Moulana doesn't do ta'weez, he's not a buzrug. It doesn't work like that. It's just a profession. It's a skill. If you got it, you got it. If you haven't got it, you haven't got it. But it doesn't make you less of a person or better of a person. It's absolutely the same. It's just a skill. It's a profession. And these are the few words which I wanted to say regarding jadoo. I hope, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala, that today's talk has been beneficial. Moulana, can you put black bangles? I think people put bangles on babies so that nobody puts nazar on them. I think that's the idea behind it. I mean, as long as it's not a religious thing that you have to wear black bangles and you have to do this and that, then it's optional. If you do it, great. If you don't want to do it, then that's perfectly fine. Moulana, I can't get your scary story out of Salah in masjid waking up of the sound out of my mind. It's stuck in my mind now. I'm struggling to forget about it, and I'm very scared now. Please make dua. I don't feel scared. Now, don't worry. If you get scared, inshallah, just call me. Just call the jinn busters. I'll be at your case, inshallah. Salams, Moulana, how can you get check for jinn? You would have to go to a jinn buster, a proper Moulana who can help you out, inshallah. I mean, you do get people who are very, very good, Moulana. So you get people who are very, very good, and you get people who are not very, very good. So you need to choose the right people to ask around, do some tahqiq. Then just don't go to any people. And I'm going to say something about my mothers and sisters over here. Mothers and sisters, you fall for it the most. Mothers and sisters, sometimes you make a line outside people's houses, and there's a line outside, and sometimes you just go for it. Sometimes just use common sense. Women are very vulnerable. Women become a target, and they get to hear what they want to hear. And sometimes it's not right. Sometimes you just got to use. Sometimes it's taqdeer, it's fate. Turn towards Allah first, and then go for all these options afterwards, inshallah. How many jinns are in the water? Yeah, I heard this one before. Who are you going to call? Jinn busters. Yes, call the jinn busters. Anyway, I hope this talk was very, very beneficial. I've only got 7 minutes left. Believe it or not, 7 minutes. Why? You sure you gave me right time today, you guys? Am I sure on time?
No, you have the
only 20 minutes. It's only 7 minutes to go. Okay, people, I hope you enjoyed that talk, inshallah. Let's now go to Jashn Ahmad Rasul, and then maybe we'll do 3 minutes of that, and then I'll wrap my show up in the next 3 minutes, inshallah. So here we go. Jashne Ahmad Rasool, all time great. Me and Akidu, let's take it away.
Jashne Ahmad Rasool, Allah hi Allah. Jashne Ahmad Rasool, Allah hi Allah. Bibi Amina ke phool, Allah hi Allah. Bibi Amina ke phool, Allah hi Allah. Allah hi Allah, bolo Allah hi Allah. Allah hi Allah, bolo Allah hi Allah. Jashne Ahmad Rasool, Allah hi Allah. Jashne Ahmad Rasool, Allah hi Allah.
جب کہ سرکار تشریف لانے لگے حور و غلما بھی خوشیاں منانے لگے. جب کہ سرکار تشریف لانے لگے حور و غلما بھی خوشیاں منانے لگے. ہر طرف روشنی روشنی چھا گئی, ہر طرف روشنی روشنی چھا گئی. مصطفیٰ کیا ملے زندگی مل گئی, مصطفیٰ کیا ملے زندگی مل گئی. اے حلیم اب تیری گود میں آ گئے, اے حلیم اب تیری گود میں آ گئے. دونوں عالم کے رسول اللہ ہی اللہ, دونوں عالم کے رسول اللہ ہی اللہ.
اللہ ہی اللہ, بولو اللہ ہی اللہ. اللہ ہی اللہ, بولو اللہ ہی اللہ. جشن آمد رسول, اللہ
You can join in at home, everybody.
جشن آمد رسول, اللہ ہی اللہ. بی بی آمنہ کے پھول, اللہ ہی اللہ. بی بی آمنہ کے پھول, اللہ ہی اللہ.
چہرہ مصطفیٰ جب دکھایا گیا, چہرہ مصطفیٰ جب دکھایا گیا, جھک گئے تارے اور چاند شرما گیا, جھک گئے تارے اور چاند شرما گیا. آمنہ دیکھ کر مسکرانے لگے, آمنہ دیکھ کر مسکرانے لگی. حوا مریم بھی خوشیاں منانے لگی, حوا مریم بھی خوشیاں منانے لگی. آمنہ بی بی سب سے یہ کہنے لگی, آمنہ بی بی سب سے یہ کہنے لگی.
Who stopped it?
دعا ہو گئی قبول, اللہ ہی اللہ. دعا ہو گئی قبول, اللہ ہی اللہ.
اللہ ہی اللہ, بولو اللہ ہی اللہ. اللہ ہی اللہ, بولو اللہ ہی اللہ. جشن آمد رسول, اللہ ہی اللہ. جشن
Supposed to do it slowly. Anyway, just now with the Rasool, doing all-time classic, mashallah. I know somebody said that somebody said it's raining where they are. Somebody said there's a storm just started wherever they are. I can't believe you guys. These guys are so horrible. Shame on all of you. Right. Anyway, right, people. Hope you enjoyed it, inshallah. Okay, people. Just a quick request now. I wonder if you guys can help me, please. Please DM me privately afterwards. You can. Rahma Mercy have got their pledge day this Saturday. Rahma Mercy, we have got their pledge day this Saturday. We're looking for some brothers and sisters who can help us with some cupcakes, Lamington cakes. If you're interested in helping us, you can make it for us, inshallah. We'd be so, so grateful, inshallah. Moulana, it's Laghi. You are playing Ghi. Astaghfirullah. Who's that? Justice. There's no... Moulana, FM got talent. If dear, oh dear. I've only got 2 minutes left. Don't start to make me laugh now. So we got the Rahma Mercy pledge day this Saturday. We're going to try to sell cupcakes and Lamington cakes and these sort of cakes. Is there anybody who can help us, please? If you can, please DM me after the show. We are looking for people to give us cakes which we can sell on the day, inshallah. We'll be selling them outside the Evington studio, PC World Curries, inshallah, tabarak ta'ala, at the Rahman Mercy office, in Mr. Morty's van, inshallah. What happens to Muslims after Ramadan? They still stay Muslims after Ramadan.
Muslim.
Yeah. Outside curries, yeah. So if there's anybody, please, any brothers and sisters, you'd be such great help, inshallah. If you can give us your assistance, cupcakes, normal cakes, not big cakes though, because we just want to sell small cakes, inshallah. We'd be very grateful. So please contact me after the show. I'm hoping to get at least 20 messages after the show to say, yeah, they become Muslim. No, that's not what happens. After Ramadan, they become, mashallah, they go the other way. So people, we've got tonight's show. Mashallah, we had 147 people last night. Tonight's show is about respect for parents, which will start at 11:30 tonight. 11:30. Inshallah, we'll provide lamingtons from, was it Sadr? Nafisa. Okay. Anybody else, please text me after the show. Please text me after the show on my DM me. We want to get at least 200 to 300 cakes, inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala. Please send me du'as. We will send you du'as later on. Just follow me on my and please follow me on my Instagram page, Moulana Khalil on Instagram. I will post the du'as on the Instagram page, the du'as of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, which is mentioned for protection against magic, calamities, problems, etc., inshallah, tabarak wa ta'ala. So I've got 39 seconds, people. Today's show has gone very, very fast. I'm sure it's gone very fast. If there's a storm where you are, if it's raining, if it's cloudy, whatever happened due to my voice, I do sincerely apologize. But I'll be back tonight, inshallah. Bigger and better. Not me, the show. Bigger and better, inshallah. Lots of fun. We'll start about food first. Then we'll go on to the main topic, inshallah. Love you all for the sake of Allah. Keep me in your wonderful special du'as. 20th fast coming to an end. 21st starting tonight. Tonight could be the 21st. It is the 21st. Could be very, very special. Keep me in your special and wonderful du'as. See you all tonight, inshallah. From me, Moulana Khalil. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.